Good afternoon, everyone. I am Kathie Rottler. I'm joined here with my sister Sheri and our friend Kandice.
Hi.
48 years ago, on August 19th, 1975, our lives were changed forever and we became survivors. By the grace of God, there were 3 men that stopped to help me and Kandice after the attack. I'd like to take a moment to thank them today and recognize everything they did. It was Victor and Philip Parsons and Gary McCormick, which Philip and Gary have passed on. It was because of their help and their decision to stop their car and assist us that we are here today. Soon after our case went cold and I tried to keep the case open, but it seemed every call I made was met with another dead end. Then in the late 1990s, I got a call from Lieutenant Steve Gibbs, who is now retired, and I'd like to thank him for trying to solve our case, even coming back from retirement to continue to work on it. That too came to an end, but I was determined not to That too came to an end, but I was determined not to give up, and a few years went by before I contacted the cold case unit again. It was after that exchange that David began to keep me informed on what was happening with our case. Even after he retired, he has kept in touch with me until we got here today. I want to thank all the investigators who worked on this case, some who are in this room, many who are not. I also need to acknowledge my family who has been by my side the entire time. That includes my sisters and children who are here with me today, and my mom and sister who have passed on, and my father who could not be here today. I stand here before you today as a survivor who has learned the true meaning of patience. I've learned that sometimes the answer you are waiting for can take decades to get, nearly 5 decades in fact. But I feel it's all on God's time, and it was well worth the wait. There were times over the past 48 years that I felt no one was working on this case, but I kept hoping and praying, and I'm so glad that I kept my faith in myself. I'm so glad I kept faith in myself and investigators. My messages to other survivors out there is never give up and continue to fight to keep your case open. This is a day I never thought would come, but I told myself to keep going and never to stop searching for answers. Today we got our answers, and I'm so thankful for that. I'd like to turn it over to Steve from DNA Labs International. Thank you.
I have something to say. I'm Sheri. I'm very thankful to everyone for your help. But I also want to indicate that I do forgive this man. I had to in order to continue to live my life. So I hope that anybody who's in this situation can please do the same, because that's what God wants you to do.